that we talk is how automation can save money for your businesses. Whether you're a manager, whether you're an owner, founder, entrepreneur, whichever role you're playing in your organization, automation can do a lot in terms of cost and benefit. So we would like to share our thoughts on that. We would also want to share the challenges that we see that organizations face when they are implementing such automation projects. And finally, as I said, we have an exciting announcement to talk about, which is our new solution, and a small brief about how that solution can help you with regards to your automation and your organizational direction in terms of digital automation. So moving on, we would like to just talk a little bit about arête, our brand. We are a very passionate brand where we want to innovate products and solutions that benefit organizations in terms of their automation journey. We are very focused on efficiency, operational excellence, and process management, business process alignment. So these are some of our core passionate areas. And based on that passion, we have developed certain products: iQMS, property management, HRMS, ERP, and multiple other solutions that we have in our portfolio. For further details, in the future, you can visit our website or reach out to us. We will share the contact details at the end of the session. Thank you. Moving on. What can businesses automate? I mean, first, let's understand a little bit. Everybody talks of digital transformation. Everybody talks about automation. Everybody is excited about how we can utilize technology to better ourselves and our business. So today we will first understand what can businesses automate. And the first thing that we need to understand is every organization has its own level of automation. Depending on the maturity of your organization, the size of your organization, the type of your business, you have multiple ways and levels of automation. The first level is the basic automation. The basic automation completely focuses on eliminating repetitive tasks, setting up some basic automation tools that will help you streamline the basic work that you do in your organization. It could be like repetitive invoices, small processes for notification and alerts and reminders, tracking your tasks, those kind of small automation that will help your organization to benefit from the automation and is called as the very basic automation. The second type of automation is slightly advanced automation. This is an automation where you go slightly one level above your basic automation and talk about, if I can talk about some examples, is like custom quotations, custom invoicing for your customers, expense management, basic HR and payroll management. These are the types of advanced automation that organizations and enterprises look forward to. The final is the intelligent automation, which is once you cover the basic, once you are in the advanced, and then you reach out to the final level of intelligent automation. The intelligent automation mainly talks about, advanced analytics, robotics, AI, machine learning, customer support bots, for example, or HR support bots for internal, usage, intelligent CRM solutions. So these are some of the intelligent automation that happens, which is after you cover the basic and advanced automation in your enterprise. And automation can also be in different functional areas of the business. Automation can be done in financial, human resource, sales, marketing, operations, logistics, customer processes, services. So whichever business that you are in, be it services, be it trading, be it construction, be it government, be it any type of role that you're playing in any business, there is an automation that is there to benefit you and your organization. And it covers the entirety. Today's technology can get you automation from the basic of your accounting packages to the intelligent AI solutions that you are looking for. So automation is different I could say dimensions. One is the basic, advanced and intelligent is one dimension, and functional, which is your automation of your different functions and departments within your organization. So this is what automation does for business. And I'm sure most of you are aware of it at a certain level, right? So before we go and start looking at what is the next part of automation and how can it help you save money and get you the benefits that you want, I would like to run a small poll for 30 seconds to 1 minute, where I would like all of you to participate and let me know what is the level of automation that your enterprise is currently in. Please answer this poll and give me your response for me to understand at which level of automation, and so that I can even talk about the examples that I'm bringing out, and based on your response I can do that. So please take a few seconds and let me know what type of automation your organization is currently in, and if you are pursuing a different types of automation, at what level are you pursuing it. I can see people responding: basic, advanced, excellent. Any other responses? Nice. So it's going between basic and advanced. Basic is very high. There's a certain number of responses for advanced, which is nice. Okay, so it looks like a lot of us are pursuing the basic, and some of us are pursuing the advanced. If I can just share the results with all of you, as you can see, 64% of the respondents have told me that they are in the basic level of automation in their organization, where about 36% are talking about advanced level of automation. Excellent, excellent. So let's move on. Let's move on. So knowing that you're doing or you're pursuing a level of automation in your organization, let's understand how automation can help you save money. Okay, one of the main reasons. Okay, someone is saying that they cannot hear me. So if you can give me a minute to increase the volume. Can you hear me better now? Am I more audible? Please confirm. Okay, I'm assuming that I'm audible, and I'm going to confirm I've come a little closer to the screen. Okay, so continuing, one of the main things that all of us want to know is that how can automation help us out? How can we get benefit out of this automation, right? So let's look at some measurements and some analysis as to how automation can help you save money, right? So the first thing I want to talk about is automation can do many things for us. The first thing is it can save time. The second, most importantly, it can reduce or repurpose labor cost. Okay, now in a not very offensive way, I would like to tell that labor cost reducing is not about getting people out of jobs. It is about utilizing the maximum of the same resources, either for the same purpose or a different purpose within your organization. Okay, it is about making sure that we have a proper alignment of resources for the purpose of our business. So that is what it is about, repurposing labor cost. Automation can help us increase efficiency and reduce rework. And I'm sure most of you would agree that we do spend a lot of time on rework, right? I mean, how many of us, realistically speaking, have seen a document prepared by a team member and have gone back and corrected it 2 times, 3 times before submitting it to the customer? I'm sure all of you will raise your hand. Please raise your hand if it is true, right? So This kind of rework takes time. This kind of rework takes effort, and this type of rework costs money for us, right? And finally, opportunity cost. With the list of things that keep growing on our table on a day-to-day basis, how can we make sure that we don't have any impact on the opportunity cost for ourselves and our business? So an automation can save money by making sure that these benefits are gained from your side, right? That is how automation can save money. Okay, so we'll talk about it in a little bit more detail when we go further. Some of the money eaters, let's talk about money eaters. So we want to save money, but first we know where we spend money, right? Like for instance, you have a budget with your family for an outing and you want to know what is the best maximum optimization you can do so that you can spend properly, right? So same way in business, you should know what are the eaters of your money so that you can save wherever possible. The first thing, as I said, repetitive tasks of doing any activity, be it, for example, a recurring invoice that you have to share every month with your clients, takes about X man hours of you yourself and your sales team and your finance team. It's a repetitive task. Automate it so you can get the benefit of an automation doing the recurring task for you. Thereby, you save that much time and money. For example, follow-ups. Without effective reminders and tracking and alerts, how many times have we spent time following every day? On an average, a study says that managers spend more than 2 hours a day following up on tasks and completion of tasks with the team. And this is a survey that's been done by one of the institutes, and they say that it takes more than 2 hours a day to follow up. So this repeated activity eats away the money, the time of people. And focus on administrative tasks. So when you are focused on administrative tasks, that you have to finish this, you have to finish that every day, it takes away the most important valuable time that you have that can be focused on customer oriented tasks. Okay, these are money eaters. Rework, just as we spoke right now, how much of rework takes away the time and money that we have, which is actually can be spent on focused customer tasks, acquisition of customers, new customers, innovation of new products, improvement of service delivery. So many other things can be focused when you actually get rid of this kind of problems, which are money eaters for your business. Going further, before I go to my next slide, I would like to emphasize on one more thing. Knowing the problem is halfway through the solution. Right? Knowing the problem is halfway through the solution. Somebody very smart told that. I can't recollect right now who it was, but I would like to say that knowing that these are some of the money eaters, and you can put in the chat if you have any other areas in your business that you feel that they are eating away your time, which is equivalent to money, right? So there are many, and these are some of the top ones that actually hurt the business. So having said that, I would like to take the next few minutes to talk about how this particular elimination or reduction of time efficiency improvement can be done, and how can you calculate the actual benefit of automation, right? So for instance, let's start with calculation of staff cost benefits, right? So when you want to reduce or when you want to weigh, forget about reduction. First you want to know, if I invest in a HRMS solution, what is the benefit I have, right? I'm going to spend $5,000 on an HRMS solution. What is the benefit I'm going to get for my company if I invest $5,000, right? A simple mathematical calculation. So first, you need to understand what are the total number of current staff and the staff expenditure that you have with their benefits, with their salaries, with the taxes, with all the overheads. What is the staff cost currently involved in a manual process? Okay, then you add your hidden cost to it. You add the cost relating to your rent, your electricity, your amenities, your training, your leave, holiday, compliance, gratuity. You add all your hidden costs. Then you add these values and divide them to the total number of hours worked. So for example, right, payroll, right? So you have 3 people working on payroll. Simple. 3 people, salary, cost, benefits, amenities, maybe cost per resource is $2,000 a month, $2,500, $3,000. I'm not sure your cost. So multiply that and divide it by the number of hours worked. So you will get a per hour cost per resource, right? So use this and say, how many hours do you spend on performing payroll every month in your company? Correct? Manually. And I'm talking manually. So for instance, if you have a staff cost of $50 an hour, okay, and you are spending, I don't know, 30 hours every month to do payroll. So you are getting actually spending $1,500 every month on doing payroll. Now, if you compare it to investing on an HRMS solution and the server required, or a cloud-based solution, and the hosting services, the support charges, the training, everything, maybe the total cost of investment is going to be, I don't know, $7,000, $8,000, $10,000. And you do the math, 1,500 on a manual process every month. Vis-a-vis what is the automation benefit, and how many months will you get your return on investment by investing in an automation process? Correct? So this is how you look at a staff cost benefit against automation. I hope this example was clear. We will talk about more examples in the next few slides. Let's talk about time loss. Okay. First, identify the task. Okay. After you identify the task, calculate the time the automation process would take to complete the task. Say a manual process of payroll. We are taking the same example we talked about, 30 hours. An automation process, probably 15 hours, 50% reduction. Compare it, 30 hours vis-a-vis 15 hours. So you have a benefit of 15 hours per month in your hand for payroll processing. Now, when you look at this 15 hours, it's money. It's money because you can use the 15 hours to improve employee experience, do something else with your human resource management, or do that value addition in some other area of your business, which is again a benefit for your organization. So if you look at it, the benefit of automation in terms of both the staff and the time actually equates to the money in your pocket. So this is how you look at the benefit of automation. I've taken some examples here. We talked about HRMS. There's one more, which is managing petty cash. Okay, so I've taken a scenario where an organization with certain employees are in multiple locations and they need daily petty cash for fuel, for food, for mobile, for whatever services that they have to offer to the customer. So now tracking this in a manual Excel sheet, validating it, ensuring that the data is available. Then you have to submit to the finance department. Then the finance department has to submit to the management. Then the management has to approve it. And then you have the approval of the management to submit it to the auditor. So if you look at the entire loop of processes just to manage petty cash, it becomes a very cumbersome procedure. But if you automate the same procedure, you can benefit by having all this information in one place. B, you have control of the data and the accuracy. C, you can have all your internal validations done in the single place so that you don't have to dig. And D, you can provide all the data to the auditor at the click of a button. So a very simple scenario of managing petty cash and how automation can help. In this mathematics I have given here, I have just taken 3 finance executives who are spending more than 20 hours every month on petty cash. So that's about 60 hours on a manual process. Now assume that this is reduced by 50% when you do automation, and you are resulting in 30 hours of free time for the finance executive to probably do much more in terms of finance and financial management. This is one scenario. Going further, prioritizing follow-up. Now, this is a live example. Okay, I worked with a customer who had more than 500 customers, right? They are a service-oriented company, so they have 500 customers. Now, on an average, 3 hours every day, the customer service people, the sales people are following up, either on the invoicing or on the billing or the quotations or the other reminders that they have given, clarifications they have given, discounts they have given. So this is a real-time scenario, all this happening manually. So executives are spending more than 3 hours every day following up, connecting with customers, getting the data, updating the sheets, sending it for approval, sending the quotations, following up with finance. So it's just imagine the amount of effort that's going on every day with X number of employees of their sales and customer service department. Okay, I've just taken a hypothetical number. If 2 people in their team spend 3 hours every day manually to review and follow up with customers, and if that time is reduced by 50%, just imagine the amount of savings that they can do in terms of streamlining the process, saving time, optimizing the cost, and making sure things are in order. So, yes, Aliva Alicia, you have raised your hand. If there is a question, I will certainly answer it. We have a Q&A session at the end. Okay, thank you. So going further, I would like to talk one more example. You know, this is a little environmental oriented and everybody would agree on this. Automation not just saves money, but also saves the environment, right? It's a simple printing, you know. We only look at printing as like, okay, I have to pay the paper, the stationery cost, the filing cost, etc. But if you do the hidden math, you would actually be spending a lot more money in terms of printing and storing that information than you anticipate. The amount of money that you spend, including your printers, your printer ink, your stationeries to print, your files and box files to store them, the real estate, a filing cabinet, one room full of your office with files, that's real estate, right? You're paying rent for that, for box full of files, right? So everything put together, you are spending a lot of money on printing. Now, by automating and making sure that electronic invoices are sent, electronic quotations are sent, correct? Even if you are saving 40%, you will do a huge saving for your organization. And also the world, because you're printing less, you're using less electricity, you're using less paper, you're using less stationery, right? So overall, it's a win-win situation, right? So automation and the benefits, if you take even these few scenarios, gives a clear understanding as to how it can help in terms of saving money for your business. Having said that, I would like to ask you one more question now, okay? What would be your focus area if you were to do automation today? So please answer this question and let me know which result are you focused on currently if you were to go into automation. Increase efficiency. That's nice. Absolutely. Wow. It's almost like I can see some kind of a tiebreaker happening here with a few of the answers. Can I get a few more responses? Save time. That seems to be the highest on people's mind. So let me end this poll and share the results with you. As you can see, majority of the respondents are saying that their focus would be to save time, which is time is money, right? Yeah. And followed by increased efficiency, followed by customer engagement and optimization of cost. Thank you so much for letting me know this. Let's move on to our next section of the presentation. Business automation challenges. So we'll talk a few minutes about how automation challenges are there and what automation challenges are there and how can we overcome them. Okay. Some of the key challenges, and it's a common known or a little uncommon also in some cases, that businesses find today in terms of automation are choosing the right process. What's the right process? What if you automate, will you get the benefit? Okay. Scaling up to the next level. So you have some kind of a basic automation, but you don't know what's the next level of automation and where should you do that automation. Employee buy-in, right? One of the toughest thing is to get everybody on board and agree that this change needs to happen. This digital transformation needs to come into our organization and our company. Optimizing the process before automation. So this is very interesting. What happens is when people get into automation, they find that the process that they are following manually is not 100% matched to the process that they actually see in digital. You know, it's not that it changes. Automation brings clarity. So it is always advised that automation effort has to be done after you optimize your process. Anyway, that's another subject for another day. But this is one of the challenges that organizations face in terms of automation and understanding the link between process and data, right? So these are some of the top challenges, and this is summarized based on the work that we are doing with our clients in the last 5, 6, 7 years, and the data that we have consolidated that says these are some of the top challenges our clients have faced. And I'm sure most of you are also facing in terms of automating it within your enterprise. So how do we overcome this challenge? I mean, what do we do about it? How can we overcome this, right? So let's do that by asking the right questions. Okay. So obviously I'm saying how to overcome the challenge, ask the right question, you're right. So it's not that simple, but it's not that complicated as well. So let's start about asking why you want to automate. You just gave me a poll, very interesting. You know, the people want to save time. That's their main purpose of automating, correct? So there is a lot of reasons, but stick to the reason that is most important to you and your organization's purpose. So defining the purpose of your automation is critical. So the why has to be asked first. Why do I want to automate? Why does my business have to automate? Why does my department has to automate? You know, ask that right question first, correct? So it could be cost, it could be process, it could be time, productivity, customer satisfaction, data. So whatever is your reason for automating, ask the question and answer why do you need to automate first. Followed by the next question, what do I need to automate? What are the areas of business? What are the processes and tasks that needs to get automated? What are the priorities that I need to look into when I automate? What are the internal and external exposures of automation? So for example, if you are going to put a CRM in place, it not only affects you, it also affects your customers, right? So the process is changing, not just for you, it's also changing for your customers. So you need to see what is getting affected. And what is a foundation that needs to be ready before the automation process begins, right? You will not just say, yes, I will go for automation. So you need to know that the process has to be defined. You need to know that your data has to get ready. You need to know your people have to be trained. You need to know there should be funding to do the automation. So ask the question, what all things have to be ready before the automation itself begins within your enterprise? So why is the first question? What is the second question? Who's going to do it? Which team will do it? What are the resources involved in automation, right? And which role is carried out by whom within the journey of automation? Because automation is not just one day, it's a long-term journey. I mean, who's going to do what in automation process for your company? Who is accountable for every step? So ask the question, why, what, who, when, right? So when is also important. For example, if you want to put a financial projection software, okay, as an example, let's say you want to put some financial analytics and projection. The basic financial management software has to be in place. You cannot do intelligent before doing basic and advanced. Remember, you're in basic, you have to finish the basic, you have to go to advanced, and then you can go to intelligent. So when are you going to do it? So whatever automation plan you have to plan it in phases, right? So ask the right question, why, what, who, when, and finally, how. How are we going to automate? What is the appropriate solution? What are the steps and resources that is required? How will I measure the best results of my automation, whether it's a success or a failure, or it is working fine, what measures I'm going to do? So ask the questions, right questions, so that you can give them answers. You can discuss with your teams, your management, or your team members, or your external consultants, or your solution provider, and answer these questions before embarking on the automation journey. And that will give you great benefit for getting positive results in digital automation and transformation and saving the money. So having said all these things, I have a final question, okay? And I would like you to give me an answer and help me understand what is your current automation challenge. It's a multiple choice question, so you can choose more than one. What is your current automation challenge within your organization, within your department, function, your enterprise that you are facing today? I have some very interesting answers. That's why I'm not even uttering that. I will show you the results. I'm really seeing this. Yes. Yes. I want you guys to respond, and then I can share the responses with you. Okay, so here's the interesting result, right? Since it's a multiple choice, I cannot say this percentage, but most of you know that data management is one of the biggest challenge in automation, right? Data management. And equally, our process baseline, training, technology finalization. Some in compliance and some say all of the above. So it's very interesting to see that, you know where the problem is. So if you know where the problem is, you're already halfway to the solution. So I hope this gives you clarity in terms of what are the areas of money eaters and money savers that you can look at when you do automation. How can you measure the results of the benefits of automation, okay? And what are the challenges and how can you overcome these challenges? I hope this gives you clarity in terms of the objective of what we have been talking so far. And you have some more idea than what you had before coming to this webinar. Having said that, let us move further. And 1 second, let me take my screen. Okay, I will take a moment here and just talk about summarizing the entire thing again, before I get into the next subject, which is our product launch. So the purpose of automation and the benefit of automation has to be clear in your organization's vision or strategy before you embark on digital transformation. That is the basis in which you can measure it. That is the basis that you can see the cost and benefit, ROI, your return on investment. So if you are spending $10,000 on automation today, you can measure the benefit of that by looking at your staff cost, by looking at your automation benefit from a manual process or a legacy system process that you are using, right? And by doing this, you can actually get measurable results for your automation and for your digital transformation. I hope the key takeaways of this webinar have given you that much insight and help to plan further. So coming to the most exciting news that I want to share with all of you today. We are very proud, and I am very proud of my team, the entire arête team who have been working with us to launch our new product, iQMS, arête iQMS, okay? And this product is getting launched on the 28th of this month. And we are very glad that you're all here to listen to me talk about it for 2-3 minutes. So this product is a product that is focused on micro and small businesses, okay? It's the initial basic and advanced combination software for organizations to start their digital transformation journey, okay? It has some intelligence in it. We do not give solutions without intelligence, but it's not an advanced intelligence solution. It is a software to start your basic and advanced journey of automation and digital transformation for you or your network of team that is planning to get into automation. The solution helps you manage all the dynamic data that is required for you to manage your operations, be it your inventory, be it your sales, be it your financials, all in one solution. It has all the key business data being one of your challenges. It will help you put all this data together in one place for you to have intelligent dashboards and reporting. Okay, it has recurring task management. It has standardization of processes and flows, which will help you get more out of the time that is getting drained every day for administrative tasks. Okay, it helps you understand and analyze your portfolio of inventory and management of your service and inventory costs. And finally, it will give you the reports and analysis required to take it further for this business decision making. So what do we cover in this product of ours? We cover the customer communication processes. We cover the inventory management processes. We cover the sales processes. We cover receivables and expenses management. Apart from having MIS, dashboards, reporting, notifications, reminders, and all those bells and whistles, these are the core processes which is required for your business. This particular solution can tackle for you. And what are some of the money saving benefits? We've been talking about money, right? Automation and money saving. One is creating efficiency. So we have preset data formats, which will help you to upload the data at one time, and then you don't need to repeatedly enter the data. So that means your data is clean, clear, without much rework, you can use the data. It enables you to save time because we have schedulers, reminders to remind you for putting up your bills on time, So you can actually save time rather than doing follow-ups. The system itself will help you to do that. It helps you with decision making because of the dynamism of the solution. It will help you to decide which products are moving fast, which services are moving slow, what should be in your portfolio, how much inventory cost you're managing, what are the KPIs of inventory that you can track. As an example, it helps you with decision-making process. And finally, simple, easy to use, web-based or on-premise web-based solution that's very easy to access and use, so that there is the acceptance of the staff or the team that you work with, which can incorporate the solution. Having said that, I'm not here to take you through the product right now. I would like you to please write to us, to the email IDs that are given here, to book and schedule a meeting with us. We'll do a product consult and see if this product or any of our other products are suitable for your requirement of digital automation and transformation. So please do contact us, and we will take it from there and reach out to you. So having said that, we are now open to questions and answers. Any questions? Please, if you wish to speak, let me know. I can, I need to do something to allow you to speak. That's what I understand. If you wish to type, please do. And we'll be happy to answer your questions. I have a question. How can we identify money eaters from group or team? Could you give me a little bit more clarity in terms of your query? Do you wish to know how you can identify money eaters in your organization? Is that what your question is? Can you please let me know? I think I have unmuted you. You can actually talk or give me clarification before I answer your question. Moment. Can you please clarify? Is your question, how can you identify money eaters within your team or processes, business? Any other questions? Let me know if you have any other questions. how can we identify, I am running a small distribution. Okay, so basically you will need to do a small assessment of your business and you need to see where you are exactly spending more time. Okay, so for instance, what are the areas of business where more time is being spent? Is it in service delivery? Is it in managing your inventory? Is it in sending the wrong products or managing customer complaints? If you need to watch where your team is, I think that would be a different type of a solution that you're looking at, because you are in distribution. You would probably look at a delivery kind of a service, delivery automation, an iVMS solution. That could be something that you have to look at. Okay, if you are looking at a small distribution, now there is a GPS enhanced delivery monitoring systems that are available. So you can use one of those to automate the distribution process. That will give you clarity. So basically you need to, it's not installing a GPS system. It's if you're using your vehicles, like, your distribution vehicles, you can put in an iVMS solution in the with the distribution vehicles, which will actually track where your entire distribution network is going, at what time they're reaching, what time they are leaving. So that will help you track the route and, where the team is. So that would be a better way of doing it. Please do look at iVMS solution tracker for your distribution. That could help you. You're welcome. So is there any other questions for me? We are open for discussion for another 5 minutes. Please do share it in the chat, or I have allowed everybody to talk. You can speak out, unmute and speak out and ask the question, or you can just type the question in the chat and we will be happy to answer. Certainly. Thanks for the question, Astrid. Certainly productivity can be measured. So you need to look at measurement of productivity against a particular task, So it is not the team productivity, it is the task first. Okay, so if you look at the task, say you are depending on, you need to deliver a report to a customer, right? So on an average, how much time does it take for the report to be drafted? And then the report has to be reviewed and then corrected and finalized with all the information and then delivered to the customer, right? So look at that as a task from beginning to end and put an approximation on time spent on the task. Okay, I'm taking this as an example. You can do it for any task within your business. Right, when you do that, you get to know what is the average time or approximately how much time does it take for the task to be done. And then you start thinking about how can I optimize this and how can I make it more efficient so that there is less time spent on reviewing it, or there is less time spent on drafting it, or having a template in place, right? So that all you need to do is fill the data. So something like that. You need to look at the areas in terms of the business process and the tasks that you're doing, and based on that you can then measure the time spent and then take decision on the productivity. So if you have to generate, say end of the month, you have to generate 8 reports and you're taking 7 days to do it, right? So that means there is something going on over there. So you need to measure the task and then look at how it is being done and who is doing it, and then you can take action for improving it and improve the productivity. And by doing this, you can then set up the automation method. So the first, so having come to the same report, so if you're going to keep increasing, say today you have 8 reports, maybe 6 months down the line, you have 18 reports to do, right? So setting up an automation, there are document templates you can set up, right? Document tools are there, document management tools are there, which allows you to set up the template or create some forms where the data can be entered and a report can be generated. So you can then look at what are the different types of automation available that will help you to minimize the time and increase the productivity and deliver it on time for the customers. So that is how you can correlate this. And I hope this answers your question. Thank you, Astrid. Thank you. So it is very nice to see that there are some questions, and very nice to see that people are, understanding and looking at automation as an area which actually will give you the right type of benefit. For if you think about it and work on it, it will really give you the right type of benefit. And again, we are very, very happy that you came to us and you heard us out. And we are very glad to announce our new product launch here. We really would want all of you to connect with us so that we can give a demo of our product. We can showcase the features, not only of the new product, but also the other solutions that could make sense to you or your business. And we'll be happy to answer all your questions again. So thank you so much for participating and working with us today and spending your time with us today. And we will be happy to invite you for our next webinar. Thank you so much, everybody.